Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Monday, guys. So I want to talk to you guys about life is straight lifing for most people, and also the importance of stewardship and whatever else comes up in my spirit as I speak. So I want to start with life is straight lifing for most people. So I was watching New Home Ministries yesterday with Pastor R.C. Blakes, and he was speaking about more or less like the transparency of when we're going through things. So I kind of wanted to piggyback off some of the things that I received, and it just kind of ignited me to make this recording. So listen, at the end of the day, life is straight lifing for most people. I mean, look around you, look at the world. Everybody is going through something, even like the people closest to us. Like it seems like, I know in my personal life, probably 90% of the people I know is going through something. Right? That something can be mental health struggles, let it be clinical depression or seasonal depression or situational depression or financial hardships or marriages and relationships are falling apart. Like everybody seems to be going through something. But if we're not careful, religion or even our own conditioning, if you will almost make you feel like you have to be strong, especially in our community. You don't love God if you're not strong. You don't trust God if you're not strong, and blah, 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 right? Cool, I get it, right? But we're human. We're fleshly beings. So when these attacks and these things happen to us, it's almost like we're afraid to tell people what we're going through, because it's like, if I show any sign of weakness, like I'm going to hell and all that foolishness that religion teach, right? Kizzy, it's Monday. Oh my goodness. Whew, and it's raining outside. It's cloudy outside. Your girl had a long night, and I'm going to power through this recording. Yes, I am. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. When we are going through things in life, we have to protect ourselves. I don't think some people know how easily your mind can slip, literally. Everybody that you see walking on the street talking to themselves, right, are not dealing with like certain things. Like some people literally have lost their mind because the enemy has just gave them one too many attacks. Like life can straight life. We have to be careful when it comes down to literally guarding our minds. So what do? First, we got to recognize and be honest and be transparent about where we are, right? Seasons rotate. Some seasons you're going to be completely down. Other seasons, you're going to be completely up, and it shifts back and forth. Literally, it rotates like a merry-go-round. So you have to recognize that this is just a season. This too shall pass. It has to pass. The problem many times is when we're in these very difficult, like you can have some tough seasons, and then you can have some difficult seasons, right? And sometimes when we're in those difficult seasons, it's almost hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost like you feel trapped. You feel like you're in quicksand. You can't even see the way up. That's how deep some of these storms can literally have you sinking. But you have to tell yourself, intentionally tell yourself, this is just a season. This too shall pass. I can remember in some of my most darkest seasons, it's like the breakthrough literally came overnight. So a lot of the times you're not going to even see, right, how the breakthrough is going to happen or who God is going to use, or like that door will open all of a sudden. You won't even see the signs many of times. So it can go from your darkest season today to boom, open door tomorrow. So you got to just trust and know that. Please give me my shoe. Oh my God. You just have to trust and know that this too shall pass. Next, we have to be sure that we keep in our cup whatever we have. Again, religion and conditioning will make you think that even though your cup, your gas tank is on empty, that you are still supposed to help and be there for this person, that person, this person, that person. Let it be people pleasing, or let it just be whatever it is. You have to reserve what's in your tank right now for yourself. Your cup needs to be filled, or halfway, or whatever. It needs to be filled enough where anybody else get the overflow of you. The little bit of gas you have in your tank, that needs to be for you right now. You have to use that just to reserve and preserve, right, your own spiritual or lack of, I should say, at this point. Boundaries. Boundaries. You know what? I would love to come to the baby shower. I would love to. I just can't right now, right? Or I'm just not in a great place right now. Truth of the matter is, you really don't even owe that. But if you choose to, right? Because at the end of the day, no is just no. But I just can't right now. If anybody have an issue with your boundaries, they don't care about you. They're selfish and they only care about themselves. Be careful with these people. These are the people you got to cut off, because if you tell somebody, now that's transparency, right? You need to let them know, like, listen, this ain't a good time for me right now. Not so much details, if you will, but this is not a good time for me right now. I just can't. Boundaries, period. You also have to be around people, not so much be around, because if you're like me, you kind of go like in a cocoon. You don't want to be bothered, like, because you live in your head and you got to figure it out in your head, right? That type of thing. But it's very important to know the difference when the enemy try to isolate you, because sometimes the enemy will try to isolate you so he can get in your head and keep pounding and pounding and pounding. But he knows you're already at a low place, right? So he'll get in your head and he'll start accumulating struggles, right? Hit after hit, attack after attack, where he's trying to really snatch your mind. You have to be very, very careful right here to know the difference. This is the importance of having spiritually strong people in your circle, because even if they're not with you, they can feel it. They can tell. Like, I got a friend right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to text her when I get off this recording. I can feel it. She's going through some things. You can feel when people in your circle are going through things. So a lot of the times, what's important is to pray behind the scenes, right? Don't push their boundaries, but see if there's anything that they need. A lot of the times, they may not need anything. It's just that you're just spiritually depleted, and it's almost like there's nothing nobody can do, if you will. It's just a feeling. Spiritual depression is also real. Things can get so bad that if someone asks you to pinpoint what's wrong, you can't even pinpoint it, because it's either so many things that it has already accumulated, and you can't even, like, it's like, I don't even know what to tell you, right? I don't know what it is, honey, but something ain't right? Or you may know what it is. But we got to understand, we are human. We're not machines. Life is straight lifing for most people. We are in different times. Like, times like this make me appreciate, right, life when there wasn't, like, everything wasn't social media. Everything wasn't, like, life was so much simpler now. Like, life is straight lifing. But please, guys, take care of your mental health. Let's speak really quickly about stewardship. Listen, at the end of the day, right, when God gives us blessings, when God gives us opportunities, open doors, etc., he's going to watch us. He's going to watch us. And sometimes in watching us, that's going to determine if you're going to be promoted or demoted, right? But the great thing about it is he will always bring it to your attention. He will always convict you, because it's like he don't want you to lose the opportunity that he gave to you, right? Obviously, he gave it to you for a reason, but he'll constantly convict you. But the thing is, you gotta pay attention to your convictions, because if you're slipping in a certain, like that happened to me yesterday. I needed to get some things done, like work-wise, honestly. And I wasn't feeling it. And so I made plans to, like, go out to dinner or whatever. And as soon as I got to the door, conviction, sit your behind right back to the table and you do this before you do that. And I had to do it, right? So it's about paying attention to your convictions. Also, I want to say really quickly, this is hitting my spirit. I'm about to rebuke my puppy because the struggle is real over here, honey. Woo, the struggle is real. For some of you, okay, many times God gives you an idea. Sometimes we are asked for a certain blessing. Let's say it's financial increase, right? Sometimes that's just an example. But sometimes we think it's going to come in the way that we ask for it, right? But then God will give you an idea for you to have the increase that you're asking for. So a lot of the times God will drop nuggets in your spirit, right? That can look like anything. That can look like a book, a certain project, a certain craft thing, or whatever. It can be something. A lot of the times what happens is either we just kind of put those things off and we don't really like take it like serious, like, oh, I don't have time for that because I'm so busy with work, so I don't have all this extra time for other leisure things. Sometimes God is giving you a seed that's going to branch off to become the very blessing that you're asking for. Steward those things properly as well, right? And then ask him for the wisdom and the insight on what to do with it, how to market it, right? I was talking to a gentleman earlier this week. I was inside, I think it was Walmart. It's one of those Walmarts that have like the barbershops or whatever. So y'all know me and my anxiety. I don't do Walmart like that. So I went like super early when nobody was really in there. And so when I walked in, if I'm honest, it was the first Walmart I even saw with a barbershop. And I walked in, and I mean, he's in his flesh, right? In his flesh trying to haul up. But child, I ain't got time for that foolishness, right? So within our conversation, he was just telling me about some frustrations that he have because, again, life is straight lifing, and it's almost like everybody's going through something. So he was just saying that he don't feel like the black barbers get the same type of recognition, volume of people, et cetera, where he works, blah, blah, blah. So I said, well, have you ever thought about, right, take it to God. Have you ever thought about taking your license and trying to get contracts through assisted living homes or nursing homes or hospitals or orphanages, things like that, where you have the craft, right? You're a barber, but sometimes you got to think outside of the box to branch it off. So, I mean, he was just like, I never thought about that. So sometimes God will give you an idea or a craft, but ask him how to take that thing and maneuver it. God is very strategic. I promise you he is. He's very strategic. So guys, I just wanted to share a few things, but ultimately, I wanted to say that take care of your mental health. A lot of the times when we're being attacked, we feel the enemy will have you thinking like you're the only person going through it. And truth of the matter is, most people are going through it. Don't let these social media highlights, including mine, fool you, right? Seeing a video of 2% of a person's life when, like, don't let anybody social media fool you because you see something happy and this, that, and the third. People, Christmas pictures and all kind of foolishness, right? don't let that stuff fool you. Life is straight lifing for most people. Protect your mental health. Put up boundaries, right? Remove any people that's pulling from you and who don't respect and honor you. Just keep staying tapped in, guys. You guys have a great one. Sure. Kizzy Rock.